Make doubly sure you stay out of the enemy sight. If the radar goes offline, the sensor is useless. The C4s will become invisible to you again. Make doubly sure you... Raiden, Stillman is a top-notch explosives technician. Follow his orders and disarm the explosives. Raiden,
Don't even think about searching for the bomb while looking over your shoulder for the enemy. Knock them unconscious or take them out altogether first. Raiden, don't ever turn your back on that Olga woman. Olga Gerlukovich, daughter of Colonel Sergei Gerlukovich, ex-GRU and former Spetsnaz commander. She's the leader of Colonel Gerlukovich's private army that's been wandering around the Big Shell. Those men were gathered by Colonel Gerlukovich. Following his death, she inherited his command and now exercises full control. Her father's name was widely respected throughout the old Soviet regime, and he was the goal of just about every military man.
Why would a respected soldier become a leader of those cutthroats?
The collapse of the Republic resulted in a lot of unemployed soldiers. Most found themselves suddenly cast out into the civilian world, hopelessly lost. The colonel took these men in. He organized a mercenary army and led his men from battle to battle in various disputed regions around the world, hoping that one day he would rebuild his homeland. Rumor has it that during the Shadow Moses incident, he planned a rendezvous with Liquid Snake's men and assist in their uprising. I assume that the revolt figured into his reconstruction plans for the Soviet regime. I also heard that Ocelot, Liquid's right-hand man, was an old friend of the colonel's back in the old days of the Soviet Union. In any case, Olga inherited her father's military genius and has become a force to be reckoned with. She was born and raised on the battlefield, and she's as tough as she looks. Not my ideal choice for a date.
You sound like you've met her.
No, I haven't had the pleasure. Just remember what I said. Don't turn your back on her. If you see a likely handhold while you're jumping down from hanging, try pressing the action button. If you hit it well, you should be able to grab on. It'll work even if the direction is a little off, so play around with it. If you hold down the L1 button, you can move while holding your gun. Should be an effective move when you need to break through some enemies. Don't forget it, kid. Jump down right onto the enemy's head from hanging to knock him out. Look down in first-person view to aim well.
There are still bombs in that area that haven't been disposed of. Search carefully. You won't be able to see the bombs with a quick glance. Search carefully with the first-person view. Try to look under things. Look everywhere. There are still bombs in that area that haven't been disposed of.
What can I do for you, Jack? Talk to you soon, Jack.
Freeze!
Don't kill me!
Raiden here. The C4 reported on the roof of Strut E has been taken care of. Explosives were planted on the Harrier 2 stationed on the roof.
This is all wrong. This is something only an amateur would do.
What do you mean?
All the bombs that have been found so far don't appear to be in the right kind of locations. And the quantity of explosives isn't sufficient either.
Even Fat Man can make mistakes, right?
No, there's something else going on here. Get a move on with the disposal, Raiden. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do you think it's a trap?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell Pliskin to watch his back too. Just hurry.
Raiden, that's a Harrier 2 you see over there.
That's what shot down the SEAL chopper?
That's right. Unfortunately, the weapons you have at the moment aren't up to the task of neutralizing this plane. Leave it alone for now.
Colonel, what do you know about that female soldier, Olga?
Olga Gerlukovich. Just like that guy said, she commands a Russian private army.
Do you know anything else?
Anything else?
Yeah, anything else?
Why are you concerned about her anyway?
You know.
Jack?
No, it's not like that.
I'm joking. I'll look into her for you. Good luck.
It's possible the terrorists will attempt to destroy the big shell in retaliation for the SEAL strike. Defuse the bombs before they make that move.
The Strut E roof functions as a heliport, while inside it serves as an aerial transport hub for materials to each of the other struts. Because its sea entrances are cut off by oil fences, there is hardly any transportation of goods into the big shell by seafaring vessels. Almost all of the materials brought in are via the roof heliport.
Handguns are aimed by pushing down the weapon button. But if you release the button gently, you can lower the gun without firing. An item box can sometimes fall out while moving an enemy's body. Pick it up quickly. Move in behind the enemy and push the weapon button without touching the left stick.
One more bomb defused. There was one I managed to find only because I took a good look at first-person view. You should try it too. If you see a likely handhold while you're jumping down from hanging, try pressing the action button. If you hit it well, you should be able to grab on. It'll work even if the direction is a little off, so play around with it. Raiden, a full life gauge will slow down the consumption of the grip gauge. Be smart about using your ration. When you swing up from hanging, use the momentum to knock someone out.
Well done. It looks like there are no more bombs in that strut. Now, head for the other struts. Looks like Pliskin shouldn't be having any problems. You better look sharp as well.
Stillman, do you really believe that Pliskin is not a member of SEAL Team 10?
He's probably not.
Then exactly what is he?
I'm not sure. But there are other things that I am sure of.
Like what?
Like that I can believe in him, that's what. There's something about him. A certain something that's found only in men of strength, trustworthiness, and reliability.
I see. Anyway, I'm getting back to the mission.
When dealing with a bomb directly, the only one you can depend on is yourself. Don't count on anyone else. Foolishly doing so will bring death upon you. Believe in yourself, and you'll be all right. Bomb disposal is also a race against time. The slightest hesitation can lead to a loss of time and inevitably lives. Don't do anything rash. Focus yourself on being fast and efficient.
Raiden, don't get yourself worked up. It's safer to take out the enemy first, then look for the bomb. That's a claymore mine. The claymore is a directional mine that can be set up on the ground. It's mainly used for ambush or defense. It can also be used against light vehicles and other soft-skinned targets. This mine goes off when it detects someone approaching from the front. The explosion fans out shrapnel and metal balls to create a fan-shaped destructive zone. An important thing to remember is that the sensor is not selective. The mine will attack friend or foe. What I'm trying to say is, don't trigger your own trap. You can recover a set claymore by crawling up to it carefully. That means you can collect enemy claymores for your own use if necessary. Raiden, a full life gauge will slow down the consumption of the grip gauge. Be smart about using your ration. Think about what the ideal spot to aim for is, depending on time and circumstances.
Be careful, there are claymore mines around there.
Who is this?
Stealth-equipped claymore mines, invisible to the naked eye. Use the mine detector.
Identify yourself.
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? You mean from Shadow Moses?
Mr. X, then.
Mr. X now, is it? Why would it matter if I called you Deep Throat?
Never mind about that.
Why did you contact me?
Let's just say I'm one of your fans.
Colonel, someone calling himself Mr. X just contacted me. Do you know anything about it?
No, and whoever it wasn't a burst transmission. The transmission was sent from within the big shell.
He called himself Deep Throat at first. Do you think...
I caught that part too, but the possibility of it being true is none. Gray Fox was the one who used that alias in Shadow Moses, and he's dead.
Is it an enemy trap?
Could be. Exercise extreme caution. Make doubly sure you stay out of the enemy sight.
Colonel, do you know anything about Mr. X?
He is not a member of the Foxhound unit.
He called himself Deep Throat, almost like he was the Shadow Moses.
Raiden, I know what you're trying to say, but that possibility is nil.
Jack, I'll look into it for you. Hold on a moment.
It's possible the terrorists will attempt to destroy the big shell in retaliation for the SEAL strike.
Whatever.
Raiden, Rosemary did a bit of research on that female soldier.
Olga Gorlukovich. She's the daughter of former GRU Colonel Sergei Gorlukovich. After the Federation collapsed, the colonel apparently commanded a group of mercenaries that drifted between area conflicts and civil wars. After he died, it looks like she took over control of the group. She has more notches on her gun than you do. Underestimating her prowess will get you hurt. Be careful.
To select a weapon, push and hold the weapon menu button and open the weapons window. Lean the left stick only. The enemies check in with each other on a regular basis.
Raiden, don't get yourself worked up. When you swing up from hanging, shoot a fire extinguisher and the contents will spew out.
It appears that Fat Man placed bombs within each of the struts. It's likely there are no bombs planted on the connecting bridges. Head for the struts for which you have not yet finished disposing of the C4. Listen up, Raiden. No matter what, don't be impatient. Impatience is questionably the one state of mind absolutely guaranteed to seal your fate when defusing a bomb. No matter how the situation presents itself, you must never lose your composure. Understood?
Jack, is that you? You're looking pretty good.
Yeah?
I wonder how Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin is doing.
Well, he's doing pretty good too.
Oh, really? I'm glad.
Why are you so worried?
Huh?
About Pliskin?
Well, I mean, he's defusing the bombs along with you. If he screws something up, you'll be...
I guess so. He'll be all right, I'm sure. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Hang in there.
Nothing here.
Freeze!
No! You're going to...
Raiden, there's a locker over there. It's a good place to conceal yourself from enemy patrols. Face the locker and press the action button to open the door. Walk into the open locker and close the door to hide. Push the action button again to get out of the locker. You can see what's going on outside through the slit. Go into first-person view and make sure the coast is clear before you walk out. You can also knock out and drag enemy personnel over to an open locker and hide their bodies inside. Open a locker, and in an exchange of gunfire, the door can serve as a shield. This can be helpful when there's no other cover in sight. You can also destroy locker doors. If you absolutely need to open a locked one, just break in. Rosemary has dug up some information on Mr. X.
Jack, I looked into Mr. X. I mean Deep Throat. During the Shadow Moses incident, Solid Snake did receive help from a guy who called himself Deep Throat. His true identity appears to be that of former Foxhound Unit member Gray Fox.
Gray Fox, huh?
Correct. His real name is Frank Yeager, the only member of Foxhound allowed to use the title of Fox. He was its best member. In Outer Heaven, he holed up in the stronghold ahead of Snake. He helped him and brought an end to the standoff. But in Zanzibar, he joined forces with Big Boss and became the leader of the upheaval. That's where he fought and lost to Snake. Fox was mortally injured and was picked up by the military. After that, it looks like he was used as the guinea pig in power exoskeleton and gene therapy experiments.
Power exoskeleton?
Cyborg ninjas, as some people called them. Detailed records were lost in the research center fire, though.
After that, he ended up in Shadow Moses?
Yes, but why he showed up there is not in the records. Some people believe that it was to get revenge against Snake, but there is nothing definite to go by.
So now he's...
No, he died in Shadow Moses. That is for sure.
So then who is Mr. X?
I don't know, but be careful.
An item box can sometimes fall out while moving an enemy's body. Pick it up quickly. If you take an enemy out without being spotted, an item box can sometimes appear. Don't forget to retrieve it.
Bulletproof equipment will not protect your enemies from a grenade's blast or shrapnel. A well-placed grenade could turn the tide of battle to your advantage. While running, you can execute a roll by pressing the crawl button. If you shoot those pipes along the ceiling or the floor,
there are still bombs in that area that haven't been disposed of. Search carefully. Strut F has a solid makeup with areas that can't be accessed simply by walking. If you jump off from the top, there should be an area that you can access.
Everything's going smoothly over here. I just finished defusing another C4. For some reason, there was one planted on an enemy soldier's back. To throw something, such as a grenade or a magazine. Bulletproof equipment will not protect your enemies from a grenade's blast or shrapnel.
This is Raiden. I just finished disposing of the C4 in strut F. Found explosives on B1.
Well done. It looks like there are no more bombs in that strut. Now, head for the other struts. Discretion is a key to taking on a bomb. A degree of caution that taxes your sense of meticulousness. Don't confuse this with cowardice, as it is the extreme opposite. Carefully conduct yourself with the courage that ensures you get the job done right.
What's up, Jack? Hey, Jack, I bet bomb disposal's a lot like starting a relationship.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Carefully dismantling emotional defenses, being on your toes constantly, you know.
I guess. Neither of them are my strong point.
It's true that you're not the most patient man in the world.
It's not that. I like to leave things as they are.
Are you afraid of what might be hidden inside?
Not afraid, just unwilling to deal with complications.
Like me?
You're...
Hey, Jack?
Yeah.
Do you know why I took this job? I wanted to see what you were really like.
But we've been together a while. You know me already.
No, you never let me in past a certain point, and I need to know what's there.
Oh, are you trying to take me apart now?
Hey, it's not important. Good luck, Jack.
Freeze!
Raiden, Stillman is a top-notch explosives technician. Follow his orders and disarm the explosives. It's possible the terrorists will attempt to destroy the big shell in Move in close to the enemy.
Raiden, don't get... to throw something.
There are still bombs in that area that haven't been disposed of. Search carefully. No one's going to leave a bomb in a place that easy to reach. It would be more worthwhile to search convoluted areas that can't be reached simply by walking.
This is Raiden. The C4 found in Strut A has been frozen and disposed of. Explosives were planted in the pump room on the first floor.
Good work. Only one more left to go.
This is Pliskin. Do you read me, Pete?
I'm here. What's up?
Raiden, you need to hear this too.
I'm listening.
I checked out the bottom of Strut H for you, Pete.
Wait, what's this about?
I asked Pliskin to look around. Knowing Fat Man, I can't shake the feeling that all the bombs so far were just wrong.
So did you find anything?
Yeah, a hell of a lot of C4s packed into the bottom of the strut. Pete called it right.
I knew he had the real thing up his sleeve.
So all the other ones were dummies?
No, they're a threat, all right. But the detonation wouldn't be enough to destroy the entire shell. But the C4s Pliskin found would inflict serious structural damage.
That's not the bad news either. These are sensor-proof.
What?
New model, I guess. The ionization sensor can't detect them. The whole thing is sealed tight to prevent vapor leak, and there's no trace of that cologne signature. Pete, looks like he fooled you.
Yes.
But you managed to find the thing anyway.
It was sheer luck.
Bombs that are invisible to the sensor?
Any ideas, Pete?
Are there more out there?
I'll go see for myself.
You can't move fast enough.
He's right. I can try the spray from a distance.
Hold on. There's something not right about this one. I can feel it.
Well, Pete, should I come back and get you?
No, there's no need. Raiden, you have one left to go, correct?
Right, except for those scentless ones.
How about you, Pliskin?
I have 2 left, not counting this one.
Okay. It'll have to be me. I have the level 4 card that'll get me into Shell 2 in any case.
You'll never make it. With that bad leg of yours, they'll spot you for sure.
That won't happen. I can walk just fine. I can even run.
What do you mean?
That bomb 5 years ago, I messed up. Even with all my experience, I lost it. And the church was lost in the explosion. All those kids playing nearby, too. These past 5 years, I've lived a lie.
Lied?
Yes, lied. I didn't lose my leg in the explosion. So many dead. All because of my mistake. All I could think about was hiding from the crime, shielding myself from the public outcry. I wanted people to be sorry for me, for my weakness. I faked being a victim myself because I couldn't bear to face the families of the real victims. This is no prosthetic. I can keep my footing on catwalks and hike over deserts. I lived my lie so well I haven't even answered to myself for my sins. It was supposed to be a shield, and it's become a shroud instead. I've killed my soul by playing the victim. Instead of protecting me, it's made my life even more hellish.
What good can that do the victims?
I know. I'm a coward.
Hey, Pete.
God forgive me. I can walk with my own 2 feet, and I need them to stop Fat Man. His crimes are also mine. One of omission and arrogance. No one should teach the skills I taught him without a clear conscience. This is the only way I can diffuse my own sins.
I get you, Pete. That one's all yours. You got it, Raiden?
I understand.
Pete, I've taken care of guards in struts G and H of Shell 2. I wouldn't recommend you go into any of the other struts.
I owe you one.
I'll get back to freezing the baby bombs then.
You do that too, Raiden.
I'm on it.
I'll have the radio with me if you need to get in touch. Just don't ask for Peg Leg Peter. He's gone for good.
Raiden, leave the odorless C4 on Strut H to Stillman. Your job is to dispose of the C4s left on Shell 1. Locate every last one. The enemies check in with each other on a regular basis. If a man fails to respond, reinforcements are sent in to check out a potential situation. If they find their comrade unconscious or worse, they'll go into high alert. Make sure you hide the body securely out of sight to avoid this. In first-person view, you'll specifically be able to target the head, feet, and other strategic areas. You can also aim your strike in directions not available from the regular point of view, overhead, straight down, and so on. Raiden, leave the odorless C4 on strut H to Stillman. Your job is to dispose of the C4s left on Shell 1. Locate every last one. Raiden, Stillman is a top-notch explosives technician. Follow his orders and disarm the explosives.
Raiden, like I said before, there's a huge load of C4s at the bottom of strut H that won't show up on the radar. The old man's right. There's got to be the same thing in Shell 1. Watch your back. You can use the holes left behind from collapsing floors to your advantage. Tip the bodies of enemies you've taken out into the ocean to hide them. You can hide behind certain objects by crouching low. It's a move that provides cover from enemy fire and also allows you to see in corner view or to do a jump-out shot. Your survival depends on how you use the objects around you. I just got a call from Pete. He made it to Shell 2. I guess he really can run.
Pliskin.
I'll take good care of Pete. Don't worry. After you hold an enemy soldier up, you could manage to seize an item if you're lucky. There are some items you can only get from a hold-up. Give it a try. While running, you can execute a roll by pressing the crawl button. For short distances, you can jump, and if you bump into an enemy just right, you can send the enemy flying. You can also jump over any floorboards that creak every time you take a step. Punching is a basic move in hand-to-hand. To deliver a punch, press the punch button. Go ahead, try it.
Well done. It looks like there are no more bombs in that strut. Now, head for the other struts.
Stillman, how you feeling?
All right. It's been a while since I've run, though.
Guess that means it's also been a while since you've run out of breath, huh?
Are you accusing me of something, Raiden?
No, I didn't mean anything by it.
No, I should be condemned.
Wait, everybody makes mistakes.
But it's the reasons behind those mistakes that become the real issue.
What do you mean?
The reason that bomb exploded, and the reason that I was saved, is because I was confronted by fear and I couldn't handle it. Halfway through disposing of the bomb, I succumbed to that fear. And when I realized what was going on, I had turned around and was running away from the bomb. The one who paid the price, however, wasn't me. After I regained consciousness from the shock of the blast, the first thing that my eyes met were the corpses of children crushed under a pile of rubble.
Stillman.
Yet, what do you think I felt at that time? A sense of relief. Relieved that it wasn't me.
Whoa.
That's not all. At the time, I was known as the top bomb disposal technician in the United States. And to someone like me, who had neither a wife nor children, that reputation was everything. I didn't want to lose it. That's why I lied about losing my leg. Ran away from the responsibility that was mine. Closed my eyes to the victims. Stirred up the sympathy of the public.
All right, Stillman, that's enough. For now, let's just worry about what we're going to do about Fat Man's bombs.
Yeah. Is that you, Raiden? I haven't reached strut H yet.
Stillman, do you really think there are bombs that the sensor's not picking up?
Right. Sealing the entire casing of the bomb prevents the odor from leaking outside. It's a technique that I, for one, didn't teach.
But wasn't leaving a signature of sorts Fat Man's aesthetic touch?
Perhaps this Fat Man is not the one I knew.
What?
Fat Man right now is fragile and weak. What's more, he's dangerous. Watch yourself, okay? Bomb disposal is also a race against time. The slightest hesitation can lead to a loss of time and inevitably lives. Don't do anything rash. Focus yourself on being fast and efficient. When dealing with a bomb directly, the only one you can depend on is yourself. Don't count on anyone else. Foolishly doing so will bring death upon you. Believe in yourself, and you'll be all right. When you equip yourself with the coolant spray, you will enter the first-person view screen. Now be careful, as this means that you can't move while spraying.
Jack, is that you? I can't believe it. Stillman's prosthetic leg was all a big lie.
Don't be too hard on him, Rose.
But he's got no right to go around pretending he's got a prosthetic leg. That's an insult to people who really can't walk.
Everyone's got their own reasons. Sometimes you've got no choice but to lie.
You're right. I guess it is necessary sometimes.
Rose?
It's nothing. Well, see ya.
Freeze!
Are you going to shoot me?
Freeze!
Raiden, leave the odorless C4 on strut H to Stillman. Your job is to dispose of the C4s left on Shell 1. Locate every last one. It's possible the terrorists will attempt to destroy the big shell in retaliation for the SEAL strike. Defuse the bombs before they make that move. Raiden, Stillman is a top-notch explosives technician. If you take an enemy out without being spotted, an item box can sometimes appear.
I'll take good care of Pete. Don't worry. Put your thermal goggles on and look at the enemy's neck area. Bulletproof equipment will not protect your enemies from a grenade's blast or shrapnel. Enemy soldiers will hesitate to attack if you're holding one of their own men hostage in a...
There are still bombs in that area that haven't been disposed of. Search carefully. That man takes pride in bluffing his opponents. Try putting everything back to how it should be. There are still bombs in that area that haven't been disposed of. Search carefully. That man takes pride in bluffing his opponents. Try putting everything back to how it should be.
Jack, is that you? Talk to you soon, Jack.
I have the last C4 frozen. There's nothing showing up on the sensor now.
Good work, Raiden.
You're way ahead of me, kid. I still have one to go.
How's your bomb, Peter?
It's a bomb, all right. Sealed C4, and in huge quantities.
You think there's another one in Shell 1?
For sure. Somewhere at the bottom of Strut A.
Why are you so certain?
If this bottom section of the strut is demolished, Shell 2 will be well on its way to destruction.
You mean that Shell 2 will actually sink?
Not immediately. There'll still be 5 struts left. But if Shell 1 loses a strut at the same time, it'll be a very different story. The big shell's structural integrity depends on a very exact balance. If both shells lose a strut each, the whole structure will tear itself apart under its own weight.
What do we do?
I have a sensor that can locate even those scentless C4s. It makes combined use of a neutron scintillator and a hydrogen bomb detector.
You brought that stuff with you?
Of course. I made the calibrations while I was in the pantry.
Does it work?
I just tested it, and it definitely responds. But the best I can do is a sound beacon, not the radar.
Sound?
The shorter the interval between beacons, the closer the target.
I get you.
There's another one in that pantry I was in. You can go back and get it.
It's all yours, Raiden.
I'm going to study it some more and see if the freezing process will work. Don't touch the other one until I say so.
Okay. I'll stand by until you radio in.
Raiden, go pick up the new sensor Stillman told you about. The one that can detect odorless C4s. Head for the kitchen off Strut C's mess hall. That's the room Stillman was hiding in, and he's left the sensor there for you. An item box can sometimes fall out while moving an enemy's body. Pick it up quickly. Move in behind the enemy and push the weapon button without touching the left stick. You can put him in a chokehold. If you keep applying the choke, you can take him out altogether. The level of lethality is strictly your choice. Raiden, the tranquilizer rounds vary significantly in effectiveness depending on the part of the body they hit. Hits to the extremities such as hands and feet take a long time to show effect. On the other hand, a direct hit to the head or the heart will instantly knock out the target. Use the first-person view to aim carefully.
Raiden, go pick up that sensor for odorless C4s. It should be in that room in Strut C where you found Pete. Put your thermal goggles on and look at the enemy's neck area. You should be able to see if he has dog tags on. Raiden, a full life gauge will slow down the consumption of the grip gauge.
Raiden, I've readied a sensor that's capable of detecting odorless C4. It's stashed in a safe I was hiding in the Strut C pantry. Fetch it.
Stillman, how are you doing over there?
I'm checking it now. It just can't simply be a bomb that doesn't respond to an odor. There must be something else planted there.
Exactly what is it?
I'm not certain. Give me a little more time.
Raiden, I've readied a sensor that's capable of detecting odorless C4. It's stashed in a safe I was hiding in the Strut C pantry. Fetch it.
What can I do for you, Jack? See ya.
Peter, I have sensor B.
Good. Head to the bottom of Strut A.
How's your invisible bomb?
I'm looking at it, but I'm keeping my distance. How's Pliskin doing?
A few more minutes. I just got to the last strut, but there are a few enemy sentries I have to take care of.
Does it look bad, Peter?
Maybe. It's an odd one. The detonator hasn't been activated.
What?
But the sensors are live, which means...
This is Pliskin. I've located the last C4.
Is that it?
I'm about to freeze it. Then...
Wait! Pliskin! Damn! That was it!
What's going on?
The detonator just woke up. It's counting down!
What happened?
The big ones were rigged to be activated when all the baby C4s went offline. Raiden, the one in Shell 1 should be counting down too. Hurry!
What's the remaining time?
400 seconds.
400 seconds?
Raiden, move! Get to the bottom of Strut A now! Raiden, Pliskin, listen carefully.
What is it?
I fell for it.
Fell for what?
Fat man has my number. A proximity trigger. Microwave.
Microwave?
With a 7-foot range. It's not a technique I taught him. Neither was that multi-bomb booby trap. Looks like he's far surpassed me as far as explosives technique goes. As for the rest...
Pete, get the hell out of there.
There's less than 30 seconds left. It's too late.
No!
Pliskin, get away from Strut H as fast as you can.
Pete!
Raiden, keep your distance. Use the spray from as far away as possible.
Me?
You can do it. I know that.
I'm not so sure.
But I am. Do it. I know you can.
Colonel, Stillman is dead.
I know. Pull yourself together, Raiden.
I can't. I can't do this alone.
Jack, are you listening? All right, calm down.
Stillman is dead. There are no more explosive specialists.
You're fine. I won't let you die.
Rose.
All right then. Is Sensor B equipped?
Yes.
See if it responds or not. Jack, no matter what, you have to bring an end to this crisis.
Okay.
Raiden, there's a C4 somewhere on the bottom of Strut A where you are. Select Sensor B and get to work.
There's nothing here. Colonel, how far-reaching was the explosion?
We are currently surveying minute details.
How about Pliskin?
I don't know.
I hope he's okay.
Raiden, if you have enough time to worry about that guy, then get back to bomb disposal. Do you understand? To select a weapon, push and hold the weapon menu button.
Colonel, I've neutralized the bomb.
Good work, Raiden.
It was a great loss for everyone.
Yes, it was.
Colonel, any damage report on the explosion?
Seems that the duct for diverting the contaminated seawater was destroyed, and the central section of Shell 2 is flooding. The explosions ignited the oil slick on the surface.
What about the toxins?
The chemicals stayed in containment. There's no immediate danger.
Is the big shell stable?
Shell 1 was unaffected. The price was high, but the threat of the bomb is over for now.
What's the next objective?
Rescue the president. Get back to the upper level.
Roger that.
Raiden, all the bombs have been defused. The President's safe return is now top priority. First, take the elevator to the upper section of Strut A. If you find an item box, walk up to it and take a look in first-person view. You should be able to see what's inside the box. Intrusion view does not guarantee your safety. If you're spotted, you will be attacked. Make sure you're not spotted sliding into intrusion position. A patrol could also start checking the spot where you're likely to be hiding in intrusion view. In that case, remain in intrusion and keep moving to stay out of the enemy sight. The intrusion view is no free lunch. Got that?
What can I do for you, Jack? Talk to you soon, Jack.
Raiden, the terrorists have retaliated for our bomb neutralization.
What?
A hostage has been killed, shot in the head. They shot one of them on the roof, just to make sure we caught it. One of our satellites caught it clear as day.
Damn.
They announced they would kill one every hour from now on.
What are my orders? What should I do?
Stay with your mission objective. Rescue the President.
What about the other hostages?
President Johnson is your first priority.
Priority my butt. They're all in danger.
Jack, be reasonable. I know what you're feeling, but you can't save them all.
No, not by myself.
Are you expecting that Pliskin to come through?
Well,
looks like he's turned his radio off too.
I can't complete this mission by myself.
That man was not included in the simulation. He is not a factor in this mission.
What do you mean by that, Colonel?
Your mission must remain a solo effort.
What about the SEALs? No second attempt?
They haven't even gotten to planning that. All we can do is wait. In the meantime, you're our only hope.
I understand.
Raiden, go and rescue the President. You can start off by getting to the upper level of Strut A.
I can't tell you how happy I am that you were alive after all. I knew this moment would come. Show yourself and finish me, like you finished off my father. Otherwise, you'll be the one to die.
Oh, crap.
That's not him. This could be interesting. You've seen the fires of hell, haven't you? Maybe you can give me death. My name is Fortune, lucky in war and nothing else. And without a death to call my own. Hurry, kill me, please.
Fortune's railgun packs some power. A direct hit will kill you. Do not present her with a target under any condition. Stay behind cover. Raiden, Rose did a bit of research on Fortune's weapon.
The big rifle that she carries appears to be a personal railgun.
Railgun?
Yes, an electromagnetic gun that fires bullets with magnetic force. As a movable conductor, it uses plasma electrons to boost acceleration capabilities. The kinetic energy of the ammunition is approximately 10 megajoules. Incidentally, that of a 140mm smooth bore gun ammunition is 20 megajoules.
I can't believe something like that even exists.
It's not available, though. What she has is only a prototype.
That thing sure doesn't sound like a prototype.
Problems with the rail plasma and inner rail electromagnetic release have yet to be solved. Evaluations exist that criticize it as unacceptable as a field weapon because of the high risk of accidental discharge.
But hers doesn't?
Most likely, probably because she's lucky.
Unbelievable.
Either way, it's a weapon that she alone can wield, that's for sure.
Yeah, and a weapon that's uncontrollable, too.
Be very careful, Jack.
Fortune's railgun packs some power. A direct hit will kill you. Do not present her with a target under any condition. Stay behind cover. Fortune's railgun packs some power.
Jack, you okay? Hang in there.
What are you doing? Kill me.
Raiden, Fat Man just contacted us directly.
Fat Man called us?
Yes. Looks like he placed a bomb on the heliport. He specifically asked for you, Raiden.
What?
He's killed off Peter. Now he's after you.
Why me?
How should I know?
Look, this is really not a good time for this.
The countdown's already begun, Raiden.
Great. How much time do I have left?
I'll show you the count. 400 seconds remaining.
So he's planning on taking this place out.
It looks like he has a different agenda from that of Dead Cell.
What about backup?
None. There's no time.
Which type of explosives is it?
He didn't say.
I'll take over, Queen.
What is it?
It seems our friend Fat Man is out of control.
He'll actually try to destroy this place?
Yes, this could unravel everything we've planned.
But why would he do such a thing?
Who knows? But he's nothing more than a stereotypical mad bomber now. He's completely lost sight of our ideals. And with it is loyalty to Commander Jackson.
All right, I'll take care of the wayward soul. It wasn't him.
Unfortunate.
I expected more of this one, really.
But he couldn't kill you, I see.
Completely useless.
Then he's all mine.
Later, then.
Now! Damn!
Vamp. Are you gone? No. No, that death was meant for me. Why am I the only one that can't die? Alone again? Cheated out of death again? How long will you force me to live? How much longer, Dad? You've punished me enough. I thought you could give me peace. But you couldn't kill me either.
There's no need for sorrow, Queen. I died once already.
Vamp.
I can't die twice.
The clock is ticking, Raiden. Get to the heliport on the roof of Strut E. Raiden, covertness is the keystone of sneaking missions. It's unwise to leave any trace of your presence, so I suggest you leave those things intact. If you have the grenade selected during a peek, you can throw it over by pushing the weapon button with your back still against a shielding object. This should come in useful in situations such as discovering multiple opponents around the corner. Work with it. Raiden, push the R2 or L2 button while in first-person view to strafe right and left respectively. You can use the strafe to quickly slide out of cover and scan the area.
Jack? Be careful, Jack.
Freeze!
What's going on? Respond. Communications with Strut F have ceased. Carry out an investigation immediately.
Who's there?
So you're the one. You're right on time, I see. I like a punctual man.
Is he Dead Cell?
I am Fat Man. I am the greatest that humanity has to offer, and the most. Can you hear it? Hear this rhythm? It's the rhythm of time. And life. Don't you love this sound? I used to hang around department store clock counters. Life is short. Bombs tell the time with every moment of their existence, and nothing else announces its own end with such a fanfare. Glad you could make it. The party's about to start. Yum. Good year. Let's drink the Stillman, shall we?
If you destroy the big shell, you'll never collect your ransom.
Ransom? What are you talking about?
$30 billion in cash.
So that's what's going on, huh?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, you'll know soon enough. And I could care less what they plan to do. My ambitions are much more simple. To be the most famous bomber of them all.
You're nuts! No one's gonna give a damn about you!
Oh, yes, they will. I'll go down in history as the man who beat Peter Stillman. That's the only reason I assisted them.
Like hell you beat Stillman. He had your number.
What did you say?
You have nothing of his courage. Or... What are you laughing at?
That croc died a dishonorable death 6 months ago.
6 months ago. The liquidation of Dead Cell.
Call it what you want. Only the right stuff survived that hell. Set me free, you know. Open the way to a new dimension. So that I can become the emperor among detonation devotees.
You're nothing but a common criminal, and that's the only way people will ever remember you.
How dare you! I'm an artist! That is why I dislike boorish military types. It's time to start the party. This is how it works. I plant a bomb, and it'll explode soon after that. If you prefer to stay in one piece, you'll have to disable my bombs. Laugh and grow fat. Let's move!
Batman will plant the C4s, then activate the timer. Once the timer is online, the countdown begins. Detonation takes place at the 0 count. If that happens, the mission fails. When you see him push the timer button, use the coolant spray to freeze the C4 before the countdown ends. Raiden, as you can see, Batman is wearing a blast suit.
A blast suit?
It's protective clothing worn for bomb disposal work. Gunfire can't really penetrate that thing either.
You can do very little damage through the suit. Use the first-person view to go for the head. The blast suit can't protect him from the impact of the shot itself. A series of rapid fire will knock him off balance and create an opportunity for attack. Use it. The countdown timer will tell you how long you have until the C4s detonate. When the count goes to 0, the C4 will blow and we will be finished. Defuse the bombs before that can happen. You can also anticipate Batman's course and plant a claymore in his path. Raiden, you're completely defenseless while hanging. If he manages to knock you off that ledge, you wouldn't survive the fall. Keep that in mind. Bombs are not the only weapons Batman has. He's also carrying a machine pistol, and he'll use it if you offer yourself up as a target. Stay hidden. Batman is wearing a bomb blast suit. It is worn when disarming explosives and protects its wearer from the blast, heat, and shards. Essentially, it resembles a bulletproof vest made out of special material. The front of the head and body are guarded by a laminated ballistic insert. The back, too, is guarded with a protector to ease the impact on the spine from a fall after a blast. Attacks to his torso will likely have little effect. At first, it might look to be cumbersome, but in fact, it is made to be extremely flexible so as not to hinder bomb disposal. One could even do apparatus gymnastics, like the pommel horse or parallel bars in it. The problem is that it is poorly ventilated, and having it on for long periods of time runs the risk of leaving its wearer mildly overheated. However, the suit is equipped with a cooling system like a spacesuit, in which the coolant is run through inner suit tubes. He will not likely overheat in the suit. With those configurations, however, the total weight of the suit should exceed 50 kilograms. That's too heavy for skating around. An impact might easily make him lose his balance, and he'll fall down. Shooting a part of the suit with a gun will do minimal damage at best. Aim for exposed areas of his head. If he falls down, when he tries to get up, is your best chance. Batman carries a Glock 18, a fully automatic version of the Glock 17 pistol. It can fire 29mm bullets per second. Getting caught in its line of fire is extremely dangerous.
Weren't machine pistols originally used for VIP security assignments, though? In order to stop terrorists?
Correct. As portable weapons with major firepower.
That he would have such a gun and use it with only one hand.
Don't forget, he's a member of Dead Cell. What's more, he walks around wearing that suit. He must have a lot of faith in his own strength. Don't engage him in a firefight from the front. Attack him when he reloads. When you see him push the timer button, use the coolant spray to freeze the C4 before the countdown ends.
Where'd you go? your favorite. Oh, ow! Oh. Moron! Are you just gonna walk around? Ow! Oh! Oh! How about a little time off from boxing? Little foxhound's not up to the task. Where are you hiding? Come on, get a move on. Here's one for you.
Raiden, as you can see, Fat Man is...
Here's one for you. Here's one for you. 20 seconds, and it goes boom. Are you slow? Oh, ow, ow! That was close. It's time to get back to the box. Come on, get a move on. Oh, ow! No! My suit. Oh, no. I've nothing to wear to the party.
The party's over for you.
That's what you think.
What do you mean? What did you just do? What is this?
I have beautiful hands. These delicate hands can craft works of art.
Answer me, what the hell is this?
It's the switch for the biggest bomb in the entire place.
Huh?
No use. Once it's activated, there's no stopping the count.
Where did you plant it? Where is it?
Somewhere in this area. Don't worry, it's very close by.
Where is it?
Go ahead, shoot me. I'm already dead.
Damn!
Think you can find it? When it goes off, it'll take the big shell with it.
Tell me where I can find the bomb!
That's your problem. This is the highlight of the party. Bring it on, I say. They'll be happy too. I die here and start my legend. Too bad you won't be around to see the movies. Laugh and grow fat.
Good work, Raiden. Looks like all the bombs are neutralized. One of their main leverages is now gone. That leaves...
Colonel, Fat Man didn't seem to know about the ransom demands.
Intentionally kept in the dark, I'd say. He seemed to be coming from a very different place from the other terrorists. Raiden, a lot of hostages, our president included, are still in danger. Keep your mind focused on protecting them.
What are my orders?
Rescue the president.
We have no idea where he is.
You haven't been in the Central Core yet. I suggest you start there.
Wait, I have another call. Want me to take it?
No, I'll go offline. Best to keep our presence unknown.
How you doing, kid?
Pliskin, is everything all right?
Could be better. Looks like I was out cold for a while.
How did you manage to stay alive?
Had a little help from a friend.
Friend?
What about the bomb?
Diffused. And Fat Man, too.
That's good news.
How's Shell, too?
It's a mess. The bomb crippled H-Strut.
What about the toxins?
The what?
If the big shell blows up, the explosion is expected to produce massive amounts of toxins.
Never heard anything about that.
Huh?
Well, looks like there's not much danger of that in any case. But the Central Core is starting to flood. It won't last much longer.
Well, what about the president and the other hostages?
They weren't in Shell 2. They must be in Shell 1.
We need to get the hostages out of here now.
It's too far from Manhattan for a swim.
What about the lifeboats?
There doesn't seem to be any. Doesn't make sense.
So a chopper is our only extraction?
Right. And it comes with a passenger limit. Intel has it that there are about 30 hostages.
It'd take more than a single trip.
We'll have to come back.
Can you pilot a chopper?
No, but I brought a gearhead with me. He's a good guy. I'll introduce you later.
Pliskin, I'm on the heliport right now, but I don't see their Harrier. It's out somewhere.
We'd better move now, then. Our chances with a Harrier after us are close to nothing.
Do you know where the president is?
No, that one's all yours.
The president is at the top of our rescue list. These are our orders, Lieutenant JG.
Your orders, not mine.
What?
See you later.
Raiden, let's get back to the task of rescuing the president. Head to the core of Shell 1 and investigate the area.
Colonel, Pliskin wasn't killed.
You look happy, Jack.
Yeah.
Raiden, don't trust him.
What?
Don't you think it's suspicious that he alone came out unscathed? Things don't add up. Raiden, don't put any faith in that guy. You will carry out your mission alone. Do you understand? Lean the left stick only very slightly to slow your walk. Flatten yourself against the wall and push the punch button to knock and create a diversion. Do you have any spent handgun or rifle magazines?
Enemy soldiers will hesitate to attack if you're holding one of their own men hostage in a stranglehold. This move is ideal for escaping tense situations. Running out of ammunition in the middle of a firefight can be embarrassing. That's why you want to use the tactical reload feature. Once you remove a weapon from its equipped status, it will be fully reloaded automatically. You can easily do this by using the weapon menu button to change equipment quickly. Running out of ammunition in the middle of a firefight can be embarrassing.
What can I do for you, Jack? Jack, I know you're probably doing fine, but don't get discouraged. Remember, Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin is with you too. You'll be all right. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Don't give me that. Every time you say nothing, it's always something. What's wrong?
It's just that, you know, you seem to think pretty highly of him.
Well...
Yeah, Pliskin's the kind of guy you can really depend on, isn't he?
What?
What?
Yeah, Pliskin is one heck of a man, isn't he? He's so cool, so confident.
Yeah.
But he's nowhere near as cool as you. You'll always be my number one. Always.
But that's not what I meant.
You know, you're kind of cute sometimes. Bye, Jack.
You passed with flying colors.
Identify yourself.
I'm like you. I have no name.
Are you Mr. X?
If you like. But come, let's get out of the open. Follow me.
Are you with Foxhound too?
Neither enemy nor friend. Just a messenger from the Lali Lulelo. This is safer, I think.
Safe from what?
Eavesdropping, of course.
All right. Why did you contact me?
I've been ordered to give you backup, including the relaying of necessary intel.
Ordered by whom? Why won't you identify yourself?
There is no need for you to know.
I'll decide whether I need to know.
You are not yet trusted to make such decisions. I'll tell you something you do need to know instead. The current location of the president.
What?
Or rather, the person who knows the current location of the president.
Who is it?
A Secret Service agent named Ames, currently being held with other hostages.
Secret Service, huh?
The head of the President's security detail, Ames, has been fitted with the same type of VIP nanomachine system as the President. If you're within range, you should be able to communicate.
Why are you telling me this?
Do I need to repeat myself?
There's no reason for me to believe any of this. You understand that?
Of course, but you also have no choice but to believe. Do you have any other leads?
Where are those hostages?
The hostages are being held in the B1 conference hall. In the Shell 1 core, you'll find Ames there.
What does he look like?
We don't know if it is indeed a he. I've never met this person either.
How am I supposed to look for someone without even a description?
Use your ears.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ames has a pacemaker. You'll be able to hear the machine sound in the heartbeat.
You expect me to walk up to these hostages and listen to every one of their heartbeats?
The sound is too minute to detect unamplified. You'd be captured immediately.
So what am I supposed to do?
Use the directional microphone. There's one somewhere in the core. Take this. This security card will unlock all level 2 security doors, including the one into the core. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electronic field. And watch yourself. The core is more heavily guarded than any other section of the big shell. You'll get nowhere just like that. Try this instead.
One of the terrorists?
The surveillance camera won't let you on the elevator without the right uniform.
You want me to disguise myself?
Men assigned to the core and those on perimeter duty are given different colors to wear. Your new outfit will work in some areas, not others. The uniform alone won't fool them either.
You're talking about weapons.
Right, you need an AK.
But I saw them carrying an AN-94.
All men assigned to the core section carry AKs.
So without an AK-74U, someone will see through me really quick.
You could take care of the weapon issue yourself. One other thing.
There's more?
You'll also have to pass a retinal scan to get into the conference hall.
Biometrics. Crap.
Nothing but the real thing will suffice. Deception is not an option here. I suggest you hurry. They have the nuke on their side.
The nuke? They have a nuclear weapon with them?
You didn't find their continuing presence here unusual? Even with the President as hostage, this is an island, and they have no visible means of escape.
Even if they do have a nuke, the warhead is no good without an access code. The security lockout can't be bypassed.
They don't need to. They have the code. You saw it too, I believe. The Navy man with half a handcuff. The other half of it is on the football, or the black case if you like. The nuclear button. And now they have it.
Why did they have to bring the football along? To a decontamination plant of all places.
But they did have to. Because, after all, the big shell is the farthest thing from a cleanup plant there is.
What?
Dead Cell didn't have to bring a nuke along with them. It was right here to begin with. Nothing in this affair is what it seems.
A cover-up? But why? For what?
For Metal Gear that is housed here.
Metal Gear?
The very same. Bipedal nuke cable from the airport Shadow Moses infamy. This place is the R&D center for its newest incarnation.
What the hell is going on?
Better ask Ames the rest.
What's this for?
You might be glad you have it. Keep the controller's vibration function on.
What do I need a cell phone for? Colonel, who was that man just now?
He's not one of ours. No, we have no one like that in our unit.
He said that the big shell was housing a new model of Metal Gear.
First I've heard of it.
Colonel, what are you not telling me?
I've been completely open with you, Raiden. I've told you everything.
Is that everything you know? Or everything I need to know?
Snap out of it, Raiden. I'll have the Metal Gear rumor looked into. You need to make contact with this Ames.
So you believe that ninja?
Since we have no leads on the President's current location, we have no other alternatives. Right now, collect as much data as you can, including anything on Metal Gear.
Are those my orders?
Yes, they are. Disguise yourself as an enemy soldier and infiltrate the Shell 1 core.
Understood.
Raiden, make contact with Ames and find out where the President is. Our information indicates that Ames is being held in the B1 level of Shell 1's core. Head for the core of Shell 1. Shell 1's core has extremely tight security. Impersonate an enemy personnel to infiltrate the section. For a proper disguise, select the enemy field uniform you receive from the ninja. This will allow you to blend in. But you still need one more thing. It will look suspicious if you're not carrying the standard equipment. All personnel in the Corps are equipped with AK-74Us. Select your own AK when you're in disguise. Find yourself an AK. You have a level 2 card in your possession. Go and search the warehouse in Strut F. Raiden, make contact with Ames.
Colonel, should I really believe what he says?
The fact is that there is no other option, unfortunately for us.
I'll understand once I go to see him then, right?
Shell 1's core has extremely tight security. Impersonate an enemy personnel to infiltrate the section. For a proper disguise, select the enemy field uniform you receive from the ninja. This will allow you to blend in. But you still need one more thing. It will look suspicious if you're not carrying the standard equipment. All personnel in the Corps are equipped with AK-74Us. Select your own AK when you're in disguise. Find yourself an AK. You have a level 2 card in your possession. Go and search the warehouse in Strut F. Even the most successful disguise can't protect you if you decide to blow your own cover by attacking the enemy. Do not engage the enemy while you are in disguise. Raiden, don't act in any way that will excite the enemy's suspicion. A perfect disguise can be ruined by a single odd behavior. Be careful. If you make physical contact with the enemy while in disguise, the disguise will be deselected. Keep that in mind.
Colonel, who's that person, Ames?
I checked the roster of Secret Service members serving the President. There was definitely a person on the list named Ames.
So what that ninja said then was not a lie after all.
As far as the roster goes, no. Rose, do you have any other information?
All right, I'll look into it for you.
I'm counting on you. Colonel, the stories about a Metal Gear within the Big Shell?
That is still being looked into.
Sorry, Jack.
And stories that the Big Shell is just a cover.
Well, every record I've looked through only ever has it as a legitimate offshore decontamination facility. On paper, it's clean.
So you're saying that we have no choice but to talk to Ames or whoever else?
Once you put a chokehold on an enemy from behind, you can drag him around with you. As long as you don't let go, he can serve as a human shield. Whenever you crawl into a narrow space, the camera will automatically switch to intrusion view. Unlike in VR training, you can use your gun from intrusion view in the field. Keep that in mind. Push the L2 or the R2 button while in corner view. You will be able to peek out from behind cover and scan that direction. This will give you a better view of what lies ahead, but make sure that the enemy doesn't catch you exposed. Push the crawl button while running to go into a roll. You can use it to jump over a short distance or knock out enemy personnel in your path. Use it to maximum advantage. Lean the left stick only very slightly to slow your walk. You should be able to move quietly over surfaces that would otherwise clatter underfoot.
Pliskin, do you read me?
What's up, Raiden?
I just ran into a guy decked out like a ninja.
A ninja?
Yeah. Do you know anything about this?
No. Can you trust that costumed freak?
I don't know. But the colonel told me to follow the guy's instructions.
And like a good soldier, you'll do it, right? I'll let you in on a little secret, kid. The ninja that was publicized in the Shadow Moses incident no longer exists. The guy you met has no connection whatsoever with the incident.
And how do you know that?
Because I do.
Huh?
Just be careful who you trust, okay?
Pliskin, do you know anything about a Secret Service agent named Ames?
Ames?
You've heard of him?
No.
Listen, if you know anything...
No. I got the name mixed up with someone else. Forget it. Put your thermal goggles on and look at the enemy's neck area. You should be able to see if he has dog tags on. Jump down right onto the enemy's head. Bulletproof equipment will...
What's up, Jack? Got a minute, Jack?
Rose?
I found some information on where Solid Snake is interred.
Great. Shoot.
I've located the grave site.
And the body?
Exhumed for DNA testing.
Well, do you have the results?
The right arm was missing, but there was no doubt that it was him. That body belongs to Solid Snake.
So the head of the terrorist group must be...
An imposter.
Right.
You sound disappointed.
I guess I was kind of hoping to meet the legend in the flesh.
I get you. But it looks like he's not behind this incident.
Raiden, the president needs you, I think. Disguise yourself as enemy personnel and infiltrate the core section. Your priority is to contact Agent Ames.
Who's there?
Nothing here.
Freeze!
Approach the enemy undetected and train your gun on him before he can react. This is how you can hold someone up. Once the enemy raises both his hands, he won't put up any resistance. How you proceed after that is up to you. Raiden, Rosemary has a report for you on Ames.
Jack, it's about Ames.
Did you find anything?
Yeah, only that there's nothing to find.
What?
There is not a single record, let alone his social security number, address, or background. I couldn't even find Ames' gender, age, or full name.
What does that mean?
All I found out was Ames. Just that one word.
Even still, Ames is our way to the president. We'll have to make contact. Head for floor B1 in the core of Shell 1. If you have the grenade selected during a peek, you can throw it over by pushing the weapon button with your back still against a shielding object. Approach the enemy undetected and if you take an enemy out,
So you've got an AKS-74U. If you wear an enemy's field outfit and carry an AK, you can pass for one of them. The AK is an outstanding rifle in terms of precision and reliability, as evidenced by widespread licensed manufacturing, not to mention large quantities of illegal reproductions. The AK is in high demand around the world. It is often used as reference for the design of new rifle models. Designs for Israel's Galil, Finland's Valmet, and other rifles are based on the basic structure of the AK. You have a smaller model of the AKS-74 that was designed for use by Special Forces personnel. The stock will only extend to a maximum length of 726 millimeters, a feature that makes the rifle easier to handle in small spaces. The AK can be fitted with a suppressor. With a suppressor, you won't have to worry about your gunshots being heard. Listen up, kid, and don't forget this. Only the guards in Shell 1's core are armed with AK rifles. The others are armed with the AN-94, the official rifle of the Russian army. If you hope to disguise yourself as the enemy, you don't want to be carrying an AK outside of Shell 1's core. By setting C4 explosives within close proximity of each other, you can set off a chain of explosions with a single blast. Do it right, and you can set up some very effective traps. The coolant spray can be a weapon as well. Spray it into an enemy's face and he won't be able to see for a while. Necessity is the mother of invention. Keep improvising if you want to stay alive. Raiden, look at the enemy you knocked out. See the stars revolving over his head? When the stars disappear, the enemy will regain consciousness. Keep an eye on the spot above their heads.
What's up, Jack? Jack, how's the mission going?
Fine.
Fine? Is that it?
Look, I really don't feel like talking about the mission. At least with you. I want to talk about something else.
Okay, then. Let's talk about you.
Me?
Yeah, your least favorite subject.
That's not...
Oh, yeah? Then go ahead and say something.
Like what?
Anything. Tell me something about yourself.
I can't think of anything interesting to say. Why do you want to talk about me so badly?
Because I'm curious.
But why?
Is it really that strange to want to know more about someone you love?
No, it's not strange, but...
You know, sometimes Oh, look, now we're talking about me, not you. Why won't you tell me anything? About what you were like as a child? What kind of things you liked to do? What kind of people your parents were? I've never heard you talk about any of that. Why? Don't you think it's just a little bit unusual that I don't know anything about my own boyfriend's past?
Rose, when I get back, I'll tell you everything.
Is that a promise?
Yes, it's a promise.
Raiden, make contact with Ames and obtain information about the president. You're in the Shell 1 core now. Ames is being held on B1. Head for B1. If you make physical contact with the enemy while in disguise, the disguise will be deselected. Keep that in mind.
That uniform's probably not even close to your size.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, it feels pretty tight.
It's probably a better fit for Rosemary here than you.
Excuse me?
Colonel?
Just an observation. Let's get back to the mission, shall we?
That was inappropriate.
Ames is most likely being held with other hostages.
Sure, but I don't even know what Ames looks like.
Use the directional microphone to distinguish Ames from the other hostages. It's the only way. According to our information, Ames has a pacemaker. This should make his cardiac pattern fairly distinct. Use the directional microphone to locate it. Isn't the directional microphone supposed to be somewhere in the core of Shell 1?
The Shell 1 core is what its name implies, the center of the big shell. The first basement floor is a capacious meeting hall. I'm sure that's where they held the welcome reception for the president and the Environmental Protection Inspection team. But its core function is concentrated in the second basement floor computer room. This computer room is where the flow of polluted water and the status of filtration is observed, in addition to being where all tasks for other facilities are carried out. I can understand why security is so tight.
If you have a handgun or an automatic rifle selected while in corner view, you have the option to make a jump-out shot with the weapon button. You can take cover behind an object, wait for an opportunity, then strike rapidly. Raiden, when you're flattened against a corner, you have the ability to survey the scene behind you while staying concealed. This is called the corner view. Use it to find an opening in their surveillance and move ahead undiscovered. Strafing is allowed, unlike in VR training. Peek by using the L2 and R2 buttons, and make jump-out shots with the weapon button. Take advantage of the different options. Approach the enemy undetected and train your gun on him before he can react. This is how you can hold someone up. Once the enemy raises both his hands, he won't put up any resistance. How you proceed after that is up to you.
I see you're wearing the enemy field uniform. Looks pretty good on you.
Cut it out. It's bad enough that I'm dripping with sweat, wondering when somebody's gonna see through my disguise.
Don't worry, and quit being so sensitive. At least your walk won't give you away.
My walk? What do you mean, my walk?
Nothing. Forget I said it. I'd worry more about the fact that the uniform's a little small for your size. It just might come off when you bump into an enemy. Normally, a proper fitting uniform is issued to a soldier. You're just going to have to fit your movement to the uniform. Punching is a basic move in hand-to-hand. To deliver a punch, press the punch button. Go ahead, try it. If you hold down the L1 button, you can move while holding your gun. Should be an effective move when you need to break through some enemies. Don't forget it, kid. While running, you can execute a roll by pressing the crawl button. For short distances, you can jump, and if you bump into an enemy just right, you can send the enemy flying. You can also jump over any floorboards that creak every time you take a step. Raiden, look at the enemy you knocked out. See the stars revolving over his head? When the stars disappear, the enemy will regain consciousness. Keep an eye on the spot above their heads. To throw something, such as a grenade or a magazine, press the weapon button to cock your arm and release the weapon button to throw the object. Remember, the distance thrown varies depending on how hard you press the weapon button. Make sure you target the throw at the most effective spot.
What can I do for you, Jack?
Rose.
So, have you decided to talk yet?
Nope.
That's too bad.
Why are you so interested in me all of a sudden?
Because I'm curious. More so than before. Does it really bother you that much?
There must be some things you don't want to say.
Like what?
You know, those things you don't want to say.
Let's see. Things you don't want to say. Like that you've been married before? That you're 80 years old? That you used to be a woman?
Rose.
What exactly is it you won't tell me? Do you think I'd hate you if I knew? Do you really have that little faith in me?
No, it's nothing like that.
Then what is it?
It's...
It really bothers me. The fact that there's a side of you I don't know. Sometimes I just can't help myself.
You've got me right now. Isn't that enough?
No, it's not. I'm sorry. I know I'm being greedy, but it's just not enough. Jack, is that you? Hang in there.
Retinol pattern recognized. You are cleared to enter.
You're on B1 of the Shell 1 core now. Ames is being held in the hall. To get in the hall, you'll have to get through a door protected by a retinal scanner security system. Raiden, get past the retinal scanner and infiltrate the hall. Raiden, if you need to get past the biometric security system, you need to bring one of the enemies to the retinal scanner.
How do I do that?
Put an enemy sentry in a chokehold, then drag him over to the retinal scanner. Come up behind an enemy without any weapon selected, then press the weapon button to put him in a chokehold. Raiden, the retinal scanner does not work on anything but living and open eyes. Don't knock the man out either. Be careful. Retinal scanners are taken offline in alert mode. If you are spotted, you need to shake off pursuit completely first. Raiden, if you need to get past the biometric security system, you need to bring one of the enemies to the retinal scanner.
What can I do for you, Jack? Jack, have you remembered what day it is tomorrow?
No.
I see.
You said you had something you wanted to talk to me about? What was it?
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why does it have to be tomorrow?
So I can build up enough courage first. And so you won't run away.
I would never do something like that.
Liar. Every time I want to talk about something, you suddenly remember that you have some work you have to do, or you get a stomachache.
Hey, that's not...
You know it's true. What are you so afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything, and I won't try to run away.
Is that so? Well then, we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you have to come back, okay?
I know. that bird?
Parrot, isn't it?
Probably a large budgie. Parakeets get used to humans easily and are talkative, so they are real playful and fun. Hurts when they bite, though, and keeping their cage clean is quite a task. Having one isn't all fun and games.
You sure know a lot about parakeets.
I had my own once.
I didn't know that.
I never mentioned it?
No, this is the first time.
Really?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of other things that I don't know about you yet.
Yeah, actually, well, there's a lot more.
Rose?
Jack?
What?
After this mission is over, let's talk about lots of things.
Yeah, let's.
Good luck.
To select a weapon, push and hold the weapon menu button and open the weapons window. You will see an array of weapon icons. Select the desired weapon by moving the left stick up and down. The chosen icon will appear in the lower right. You will be able to move left and right while hanging. Raiden, covertness is the keystone of sneaking missions. Push the crawl button while hanging to jump straight down.
What can I do for you, Jack? You know, Jack, there's something that bugs me sometimes.
What?
Why are you going out with me?
Huh?
Is it because I'm beautiful?
Why are you asking me this all of a sudden? And where do you get off calling yourself beautiful?
Well, it's the truth, plain and simple. I'm too smart not to realize it and not sarcastic enough to be modest about it.
Is that so? Well then, your schedule must be booked solid with dates.
You bet. I've even hired a private secretary to deal with all of them. But she cancels all of my appointments except for yours.
Ooh.
Sometimes it really does bother me. Sometimes I think all you want is a pretty face to accompany you to parties.
What are you?
Just to make everyone jealous when they see you with me.
You're being ridiculous.
Oh, really? But you never talk about yourself. I never know whether it's really me you want by your side, whether you'd ditch me if you found someone prettier.
You know that's not true.
Really? Then would you still go out with me even if I weren't beautiful?
Of course.
Do you like me for me, or is it my reputation?
Do you really think anyone would say your reputation? I'm just joking. Of course I like you for you. Honest truth.
Really? Thank you.
Help!
Retinol pattern recognized. You are cleared to enter.
Raiden, one of those hostages in there is Ames. The only thing we know is that Ames wears a pacemaker. His heartbeat should sound different from other people's, so use the directional microphone to locate him. Once you recognize Ames by his heartbeat, keep the microphone pointed toward him. Then push the action button and call out to him. If it really is Ames, he should respond in some way.
What if it's the wrong person?
The guards may get suspicious and come running instead. Security could get tighter, too.
Try to be sure before you take the risk.
Don't call out to a hostage with the action button until you're fairly sure that it's Ames. If you do make a mistake, switch the microphone for an AK and get out of there before a guard gets suspicious. If you're discovered inside, they'll cut off your retreat and call in the reinforcements. You won't make it out of the room. The mission will be over if you're discovered. Don your disguise and look for Ames while deflecting the enemy's suspicion.
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core. Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core. Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
You're Ames, aren't you?
My name's Jennifer.
You're Ames, aren't you?
Stay away from me!
You're Ames, aren't you?
Stop! Don't touch me!
You're Ames, aren't you?
Raiden, retain your cover at all costs inside that conference hall. There's only one way in and out of the area. If you're discovered inside, they'll cut off your retreat and call in the reinforcements. You won't make it out of the room. The mission will be over if you're discovered.
Was there a noise just now?
Raiden, you appear to be enjoying yourself slapping around defenseless hostages.
I can't believe you. I didn't think you were the kind of person to do such a thing.
Good thing you saw him for what he really was, huh, Rosemary?
Yeah, I don't know this person anymore. Goodbye. So, Jack, what do you want?
What do I want? Well, I'd like to save, if that's okay.
Then go ahead.
This is a joke, right? Rose.
What now?
What do you mean, what now? Save my data, please.
Fine. Don't you have something you want to say before that?
Like what?
Ugh.
All right, I get it. I'm sorry. There. You satisfied?
Close enough.
You selfish.
What was that?
Nothing. Just talking to myself.
See ya.
You're Ames, aren't you? You must be Ames. Keep still and listen to me. I'm not a terrorist. I got in here using one of their uniforms. I'm taking off the tape. Stay quiet.
Who told you about me?
An informer calling himself Mr. X, dressed like a ninja.
I see. Take this thing off me, will you? I'm Richard Ames.
Secret Service?
No, I was set in by the Lali Lule Lo, just like you.
What?
You're here to find out where the president is. We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first?
Nanocommunications?
Right, silence beats talk when it comes to safety. Are you on?
Right here. Do you really know where the president is?
Almost certainly. He was moved to the first floor of Shell 2's core section.
The first floor, the core of Shell 2. Is he still there?
I don't know. I can't get a response.
You don't think he's been like the other hostages? A hostage was killed in retaliation after the SEAL 10 disaster, remember?
What are you talking about? Regardless of what they do to other hostages, they won't touch the president.
What makes you so sure?
The case.
You mean the nuclear button they took?
Right, and the case won't do a thing by itself. That case may be the single most advanced example of a weapons failsafe system. The password is nothing less than the physiological data of the US president.
Physiological data?
The president's own vital signs. Heartbeat, brainwave pattern, blood pressure, and so on are constantly monitored and relayed by his internal nanomachines. This information, along with the DNA pattern, serve as a biometric password, unbreakable even by the latest parallel processor supercomputers. The password entry itself cannot be performed unless brainwave patterns and heartbeats fall within normal parameters, rendering chemical and other forms of coercion impractical. In other words, the login must be made of the president's own free will. As a failsafe, the input must also be reconfirmed hourly, even after the initial login. If a valid confirmation is not forthcoming, the system will automatically cancel the login.
And that's why they can't harm the president.
At least until the bird flies.
Is there really a new model of Metal Gear here?
Absolutely. The black case serves as the launch key to Metal Gear as well.
Why would they hide Metal Gear in an offshore plant?
Haven't they told you anything? The entire thing was planned. The oil spill, the tanker accident that caused it, everything. The big shell was built specifically for the development of a new Metal Gear model. The inspection tour was to check its progress.
What's going on around here?
Wait. Here comes Snake.
That's him?
Use the microphone to listen in.
all the way to New York just to get hit with a bowel attack. What luck. Oh! This one's worse than that one up in Alaska. Come to think of it, that commander chick really reminds me of someone. Who is she like again? Oh yeah, she's like her. Now that's a time I'd like to forget. Ridiculous that I had to get jacked for everything that was on me. When I think about it, that's when everything started to hit the skids. It's a shame. Up to that point, I was steady cruising on the elite course. Oh, here we go again! Oh! Still, that Russian crew is a pretty decent bunch. The president's escort guys get on my nerves, though. Oh, whatever. For now, just gotta hang in there. Oh, there's no paper.
King, Fat Man is dead.
It doesn't matter. Saved us the trouble of getting rid of him ourselves.
Why did he betray us?
Who knows? They're a band of lunatics to begin with. Nothing they do should come as a surprise.
I'll have his background rechecked, just in case.
You think he was working for them?
We can't discount the possibility, especially with that intruder still at large.
Yes, the man in the sneaking suit.
You know more about those suits than I do.
But Foxhound was disbanded 4 years ago, so it must be the Patriots. What about the damage to Shell 2?
The circulation system for the contaminated water has been damaged. The water being drawn in is overflowing, and the lower block of the central section is flooding.
Seal the connecting pathway between Shells 1 and 2.
The Simtex and IR sensors are already in place.
Any effect on it?
No.
What about the President?
The password entry has already been made to the black case. In 1 hour, we'll need a confirmation from him. His work is done after that.
Make sure you keep him alive until then.
Yes, I know.
What about the unit's activation?
Almost complete. The code has already been entered. All we need now is for the girl to start the system.
The usual method, I assume?
No. The drugs took care of everything.
Only a few more steps to outer heaven.
Who is that cyborg ninja, Shalashaska?
I cannot even guess.
What about you?
I'm having the matter looked into.
Olga, don't cast suspicion where it isn't due.
Where it isn't due? When you watched my father die and did nothing.
It's been 2 years ago, Olga. Let it go.
I read the case file for Shadow Moses, by the way.
Olga, how could you suspect me?
I know that the ninja is not one of my men.
How meaningful you make that sound. If Sergei were still alive...
If the old man were still alive, I wouldn't need to take orders from you.
Olga, Sergei was my best friend.
If you sell us out, I'll kill you myself.
Listen, daughter of Sergei. Don't ever let me see your gun pointed at me again.
If you wish, I'll put a bullet in your back instead.
Stop this infighting. I took you both in when no one else would. You think any government would have you as irregulars in this political climate? The worst kind of wet works, maybe. But even that's doubtful. I recommend against switching camps. You've nowhere left to go. It's happening again?
This damn right arm. Liquid! It's almost as if it's having its revenge.
How much do you think we spent on that arm in Lyon? The best transplant surgery team in the world.
I never trust a Frenchman. There's something going on. The incidents are becoming more frequent. Maybe that man's presence.
Ocelot, I leave this place in your hands. I have the intruder to take care of.
Yes, King.
Is that really Solid Snake?
That's what he claims.
I thought Snake was dead.
Solid Snake did die. But he's also here in the shell. Either he survived or there are two of them.
Two of them?
And that's impossible. Anyway, what did you manage to catch?
They said password input was complete.
I thought so.
You said the password entry into the black case had to be made by the President willingly.
That's right.
So this means the President is cooperating with them.
It would have to be, yes.
Why?
Probably tired of being a puppet, but it wasn't a smart move to betray us.
A puppet?
We're running out of time. They will fire a nuke. You know what you need to do before then.
Fire the nuke? But it's nowhere close to the ransom deadline.
Ransom?
$30 billion in cash.
What are you babbling about? The nuclear strike is not a threat. It's been the objective all along.
They plan to slaughter millions of people.
No, a high-altitude detonation. You've heard of the Compton effect?
Total disruption of electronic equipment caused by EMMA pulse.
Textbook answer. Well, when an average nuclear warhead goes off within the atmosphere, the result is an electromagnetic pulse of up to 50 billion megawatts. The EMMA field can reach tens of thousands of volts per meter, and most electronic equipment will be toast in an instant.
If one of the key movers of world economy stops functioning, it could mean the beginning of a global depression.
But that isn't their aim. What they plan to do is liberate Manhattan. Pull it offline and turn it into some kind of a republic. Hence, Sons of Liberty, I suppose.
Sons of Liberty?
Damn! Ocelot is coming. I'm going offline. Search my pocket. Hurry! It's a security card. You'll be able to unlock doors of up to level 3 security. Use it to get to Shell 2. Take care of the President before they launch the nuke. He's coming here. Pick up your AK.
What do you think you're doing?
I asked him to remove these. I'm ill, you see.
I always knew that the DIA turned out second-rate liars.
What are you talking about?
No need for denials. We know what you are, Colonel Ames. They knew that the President was planning to betray them. So they sent you in to keep tabs on him. Am I right?
You!
Sorry, Colonel. You failed to carry out your duties.
You'll never escape the Lali-Lulelo.
Is that so? What the?
You tricked me. I understand now. Ocelot,
You? Which team are you with? Show me your face! You know who he is.
No, he is not one of mine.
Identify yourself! We meet at last. Is alive!
Hurry! Get away!
Ames is dead. Looked like a heart attack.
That's unfortunate. However, we do at least know where the president is.
So there really is a new type of Metal Gear in this place?
Apparently. We're still looking into it.
I've also been told that the nuclear strike was what the terrorists were after from the start, not the $30 billion.
Right. It was a cover-up all along.
Colonel, what are you keeping from me?
I am not keeping back anything. It's not as though I'm told all the facts either. I'm pulling in all the favors I can to look into all this. Just be a little patient. Our priority should be with the president right now. We can take it that they've completed the password entry and are preparing Metal Gear for nuclear strike. Get to the president as soon as possible.
But the president is cooperating with them.
According to Ames, yes. But it's also true that they're about to get rid of the president. There's something else going on here, and the president may be able to tell you what it is when you see him in person. Once they get the confirmation for nuclear launch, they'll do it. You need to rescue the president before then.
Jack, I agree with the Colonel. You need to protect the president for now.
All right.
To operate the elevator, walk in and push the action button in front of the panel located to the left of the door.
When the panel appears, choose a floor and press the enter button, and the elevator will start moving.
You can use the right stick to look around during this time. Keep an eye out for approaching enemies. Raiden, this is not good. Enemies in Shell 1 are systematically searching for you.
It looks like they've tightened security considerably. Watch yourself.
Get out of Shell 1. According to Ames, the president is on the first floor of Shell 2's core. Cross the connecting bridge from the north side of Strut D to get to Shell 2. That's where you need to go. Looks like you've lost your balaclava, Raiden. You'll no longer be able to impersonate enemy personnel. Raiden, rescue the president. Head for the first floor of the Shell 2 core.
Colonel, is the president one of them? Ames said that the president entered the code with his own free will.
But you heard how they are planning to get rid of the president, right?
Yeah?
They are going their separate ways?
No. First off, the president is not necessarily extra baggage for the terrorists. If you have your doubts, you should address them when you meet him.
Roger that. Do you think Ames was telling the truth about the football?
Rosemary?
Roger that. Jack, I'll look into it for you.
Colonel, apparently Ames didn't even know that the hostages were killed in retaliation for SEAL Team 10's incursion.
Yeah, the hostages were probably in a different room. Raiden, focus on your duties. For right now, concentrate on rescuing the president. Head for the first floor of Shell 2's core.
Colonel, I saw the terrorist leader. Is that Solid Snake?
Yes. He's the terrorist who sunk the tanker 2 years ago. Raiden, do you think he's some kind of hero? You heard him, right? Solid Snake is a terrorist. You must fight him. Do you understand?
Colonel, the outer heaven that Snake mentioned?
Ah, yes. It is a despotic military state built by a guy called Big Boss, the greatest soldier in history, and Snake's father, genetically speaking.
He tried to restart it?
I don't know, but word has it that his brother Liquid Snake hoped for an outer heaven also. It might have had some special significance for the two brothers.
That ninja helped me again. Do you have any information on him?
Sorry, I've looked around, but nothing.
I don't know what he wants, but he is trying to help you. That much is certain. Don't let your guard down, though. If you have the grenade selected during a peek, you can throw it over by pushing the weapon button with your back still against a shielding object. This should come in useful in situations such as discovering multiple opponents around the corner. Work with it. Once you put a chokehold on an enemy from behind, you can drag him around with you. The punch is the basis of hand-to-hand combat.
Whatever.
Jack, do you need to save? Jack, tell me, am I really helping you out?
Yeah, you're a huge help. I'm lucky to have you as an analyst.
But didn't you tell me just a little while ago that I should change my job or quit or something?
Yeah, you were pretty pissed off.
Why did you say those things?
Well, you have to work overtime and stuff. It sounded pretty tough.
But you didn't mean it, did you?
I was wrong about a lot of things then. I just thought that if we had more time to spend together that...
You were thinking of your own danger.
Well...
Don't you think it's selfish to expect everyone to be at your beck and call? I'm not your personal possession, you know.
That's not how I think of you.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Listen, I like you, and I like the me that likes you. But I do not like being summed up as Jack's girlfriend. The very thought of it makes me shiver. There's a lot more to me than just being your girlfriend. The fact that I'm doing the job I want to do is part of that, understand?
Yeah, of course,
I want to be recognized, first of all, for who I really am. Especially by you. I don't want you, of all people, thinking that I'm just your girlfriend.
That's not what I think at all.
Can you really say that?
Absolutely.
Really? I'm glad.
Nothing was wrong.
Freeze!
No! If you're going to shoot, then shoot me. Nothing was wrong.
Get out of Shell 1. According to Ames, the President is on the first floor of Shell 2's core. Cross the connecting bridge from the north side of Strut D to get to Shell 2. That's where you need to go. Raiden, Rosemary has completed her search.
Jack, I found data on the briefcase used to unlock the nuclear launch codes. It appears to be a fail-safe system using the President's DNA base order and input of his physiological data as its key. The lock is said to be impenetrable.
In other words, the President himself is the only one who can enter the password.
Right. On top of that, as Ames mentioned before, the password becomes invalid when the President's brainwaves, heartbeat, etc. are not within normal limits.
So the President entered that code by his own free will after all. But why would the US President lend a hand to terrorists?
How should I don't have information like that.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't.
Also, it seems that the need to reconfirm the code after a set amount of time is true.
Meaning that the President is safe, right? How about the story of the black case also serving as the launch key to a new model of Metal Gear?
That wasn't in the records.
Stories of a new Metal Gear model aside, it is certain that they have finished inputting the code and are trying to launch the nuclear warhead. Meet with the President and ascertain the truth. Hurry! You must meet with him while he's still alive. Intrusion view does not guarantee your safety. Push the crawl button while hanging to jump straight down. But a jump from too high a location will take a toll on your life gauge. Check the ground below in first-person view before jumping down. Raiden, push the R2 or L2 button while in first-person view to strafe right and left respectively. You can use the strafe to quickly slide out of cover and scan the area. Of course, you'll be spotted more easily when you're visible. If you spot a terrorist coming your way, let go of the button and duck back into cover. If you have a handgun or an automatic rifle selected while in corner view, you have the option to make a jump-out shot with the weapon button. You can take cover behind an object, wait for an opportunity, then strike rapidly. An item box can sometimes fall out while moving an enemy's body. Pick it up quickly.
What's up, Jack? Now that I think about it, it feels kind of fresh.
What does?
Before, I could always rest assured that I'd see you again. Now it's different. Now it feels like every word we say to each other counts.
That's great. We could make this into a book and sell it. Want to improve communication in your relationship? Send your man off to fight a war.
Jack.
Rose, you know my life's at stake here.
So is mine.
Rose?
I'm sorry, but I'm really worried too. I can't help but feel like I'm fighting this battle along with you.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Nothing here.
Watch out, Raiden. There are IR sensor traps in that location.
Infrared sensors?
Right. A booby trap connected to plastic explosives. Crossing an IR beam will trigger the detonation of a critical amount of Semtex. You will be killed. Make no mistake about it. Avoid contact with the beams at all cost. Infrared is usually invisible to the naked eye. There should, however, be a way to make it visible.
You could experiment with what you have.
There are relatively few infrared beams in place. You should be able to make it past without coming into contact with the beams. Take out the control unit on the sensor. You should be able to see a unit with a blinking green light next to the explosives. That's the control unit. With the control unit destroyed, the IR sensor will cease to function. Shoot out the control unit. The tranquilizer gun won't do the job. Even if you are spotted, there are ways to prevent the enemy from calling in reinforcements. You can also set up electronic interference using the chaff grenade. The enemy's radio will be useless, and no contact will be established with other patrols. Push the crawl button while hanging to jump straight down. But a jump from too high a location will take a toll on your life gauge. Check the ground below in first-person view before jumping down.
Jack, is that you? See ya.
Freeze!
Nothing here.
Jack, is that you? Talk to you soon, Jack.